Hey guys, I'm Rose and welcome back to the channel. It's like 7:30 a.m. I was doing my makeup this morning and I was like, this might actually be a good video because it might be helpful for people coming out of college who have never been on a job interview. I'm in the middle of doing my makeup and I was like, let me start filming really quick. I'm going on a job interview today, this morning. It's like at 10 a.m. I haven't been on an interview in 3 years because I was a teacher for the last 3 years and I just wanted to change. So here I am going on interviews. First, I'm doing my makeup and I feel like when you do your makeup for interviews, you just want to look polished and put together. I usually wear a lot of like highlighter for going out, but I ain't going out. I'm trying to get a job right now. So I'm just gonna, like, for my eyes, I did peach and brown because I feel like it makes my eyes look nice, but it makes my eyes look kind of like put together without having to look like I have a ton of makeup on. For my face, I'm just gonna try to make it look like I don't have too much makeup on, but again, looking put together and nice. And like I put effort into getting ready this morning. I'm gonna put just a little bit of highlighter on my brow bone and my inner corners just to make it stand out. It kind of stinks that if you're a woman, I feel like I have to put makeup on like from society to look polished and put together, which is kind of a little bit of a sucky thing, but I feel like it's just one of those things that you have to do. But I also feel like I do it for myself, like because I know I feel more confident when I have my makeup done nicely and I feel put together and I feel like ready when I have a little bit of makeup on, and I definitely look less freaking tired. I usually do like a whole cat eye winged liner, but I just kept it simple and stopped it at the end of my eyelid today just because I don't want to look like I have too much makeup on. You don't want to like go overboard on eyeshadow or anything, I feel like, personally, just because you don't want to look like too much. I feel like I'm gonna get ready to do my hair and then I'll see you in 1 second. Okay, so I think I want to wear my hair down. I thought about doing my hair like in a bun, like with some pieces out, but I feel like I'm gonna feel more confident if my hair is down. So I washed my hair yesterday, so I don't want to wash it again already, but I do want to make sure it looks fresh and nice. So I'm going to use a little bit of dry shampoo just on any spots that I think are looking like they need a little bit of touching up. I'm gonna brush through my hair so it's nice and not tangly. My hair takes a while to do, so while we do hair, let's talk about tips that you can use to slay your interview. So I think that when you go into interviews, confidence is really, really important. I think it's good to seem confident in yourself, but you don't want to come across as like cocky either, that you're like, oh, I've got it all together and this is why you need to hire me. I'm just gonna use my hair straightener, by the way, to like smooth out my roots so my hair looks polished and nice. If you feel nervous for your interview, I feel like just try to tell yourself you're feeling excited because it's kind of a similar feeling. A lot of times I think when you go into your, like, this is going to be a first round interview for me, and if you work for bigger companies, you might have to go to like a first round interview, a second, a third, just because there could be a lot of candidates that are going after the same position that you are. I think it's a good idea to have in mind the average salary for that position, just so that if you are asked a question about that, you could be able to answer it. I think usually in first round interviews, they ask you about yourself and your background and some of your experiences and just like to get to know you. I think that today I might be asked like my strengths and weaknesses, and something that I found helpful is to look at the job description and match the strengths that you have to that job. Like, for example, if I'm going into like an executive assistant position or something like that and they're looking for someone detail oriented, if that's a strength that I have, I would definitely try to talk about that. The job description, when they ask you about weaknesses, I try to think of something that you could turn into a positive. Like, for example, I think if they ask me what a weakness of mine is, I would say I'm a perfectionist to my own detriment. I'm definitely trying to become better at knowing when to turn my computer off and go home and recharge for the next work day. That still, even though that's a weakness of mine, it still says I work really hard. I think that's something that my husband has told me, and he's gone on so many interviews. I mean, so many interviews, because he's always been in sales, and he's told me that it's good to talk about the job position as if you already have it, because psychologically that makes them associate you with the job more. For example, like if you're asking questions to the interviewer and one of your questions would be like, what skills make someone successful in this position? Instead of saying that, you could say, what skills would make me successful in this position? So that it just relates you more to that job. That's also something really important to remember, is to always have questions ready for the company. Questions like at the end, they're gonna say, do you have any questions for us? And my husband, who's been on a lot of interviews again, has told me that a lot of times they use that as if you're gonna go to the next round or not, just based on those questions alone, which I thought that was really interesting. I think I'm gonna ask, if they don't tell me a lot about the job, like I think some good questions are like, what does the day-to-day look like in this position? Another good one is, I think, what do you like about working here? So that you can kind of get an idea of if it's a company you would want to work for. Another one I want to ask is, what skills would make me successful in this position? I don't know if I'll ask, I think it depends on the person, but another one you could ask is, how long did the person before me have this job and why did they leave? Because that could give you a good look into if it's not a good job for you or if it is. Yeah, okay, so now that I've smoothed out the top of my hair, I'm gonna get my curling iron really quick. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of shine spray on the bottom of my hair so it looks more healthy than it is. Y'all, I need to get a haircut so bad. What else? Okay, your resume. I feel like your resume is pretty important. And I've always been told that when you do a resume, you want to try to keep it on one page because you should just have the most relevant and recent things on there. And I feel like when people are looking through resumes, it's kind of a turnoff when it's 2 pages, just because it's like so much to read and they have a lot to read through. I found it really hard to know what to include and what not to. I just tried to make sure to include only the most relevant information. I have a lot of skills that made me a good teacher for 3 years, but some of those skills don't necessarily apply to more corporate things. So I kind of picked and chose based on the job that I was looking for. And if I ever go back into teaching, I have kind of more like a teaching resume, and then I also have an updated one that's kind of more targeted towards like maybe an HR position or a more corporate position. I'm just gonna do curls away from my face right now. I'm just trying to look polished and put together, and like I put time into getting ready this morning. Okay, so let's talk about outfit. It's a good idea to ask, if you have like a first initial phone screening interview, I feel like it's a good idea to ask what the dress code is for an interview there. So they said that it was suit. I think I know what I'm gonna wear. I have like black dress pants and I have a blazer, like a black blouse kind of cami shirt that I think I'm gonna wear. I've asked people my age if when they go into interviews if they wear heels or flats, and I think either is really okay. I just think I feel more like confident and a little bit powerful when I wear heels. So I plan on wearing heels today. I was kind of also going back and forth of whether I wanted to wear open or closed-toed heels, and I just feel like almost like closed-toed for an interview is more professional. It's definitely up to you and what makes you feel confident and good. Really, while you're getting ready for your interview, you want to make sure you just feel confident and good. And like when you go to an interview, people say that if you're on time, you're late. You should be getting there like 15 or 20 minutes early, just because that shows like initiative, and it shows that if you can't come to an interview on time, how are you going to be able to make it to work on time? Also, I've heard it's a good idea to make good conversation with the secretary or whoever is, you know, taking you up to your person you're interviewing with. Sometimes people will ask before they came in, what did you think of them? Because that's like a really good first impression. Okay, so hair's almost done, and then I'll see you in a second. Okay, I'm back in my bedroom where my closet is, and let me show you the outfit that I have planned. So this is like a black tank top from H&M. I know that like when you're in between jobs, like interviewing, you may not have the most money you've ever had. H&M has really nice looking like businessy clothes, and they're really not very expensive. Like this was $12, and then the blazer that I'm going to show you was $35. So if you want to look professional for not that expensive, then H&M is a good place to check. So this tank top, I feel like it's not, you know, too low. I don't want to like have my cleavage falling out in my interview, but it also looks, you know, very nice and professional, I feel like. So let me put that on first. Okay, so here's the tank top on. I hate that my bra is sticking out in the back, but I'm gonna wear a blazer over it, so I think it'll be okay. These pants that I have, I got these from the Loft a really long time ago. I'm just gonna check over them to make sure they don't have like hair or anything on it, but they're just like wide leg kind of dress pants, and they look really nice with heels, and they're a little bit high-waisted, so I'm gonna put those on. I don't know if you can see these, but they're just like wide leg black pants. I think I might tuck my shirt in because when I have the blazer on, it kind of like sticks out weird in the front. So I think I'm gonna tuck this in, and then let me show you the blazer. So this was $34, and it has like a little bit of padding in the top. And I just feel like it's a really nice, like neutral, but still like very bright. So let me take the tags off of this and put this on. And I'm just gonna button this in the front. And I feel like this white necklace that my husband gave me for a Christmas present is like very plain and nice. I don't wanna go like too over the top with jewelry or anything. Okay, so really quick, I have a wet rag, and I'm just gonna like wipe down my pants since they're black to make sure they don't have any dog hair or anything like that on them. Okay, so I'm in front of my full length mirror, and I'm gonna show you guys the whole look. These are nude closed-toed shoes, and I just feel like they look very professional. And then that way I don't have to paint my toenails. I have black pants and this blazer on. So I feel like I look like clean cut, put together, and nice. Now that I feel like I'm ready and put together, I'm going to put some copies of my resume into a folder. I think it's a good idea sometimes to get like nice paper for your resume so it looks very like professional. Okay guys, so I'm gonna brush my teeth and I'm going to put some lip gloss on and get my stuff ready to go. I won't end the video here. I will probably see you after I have gone on the interview, and I will let you know how it goes. Hey guys, I just got back home. I felt really good and really well prepared for that interview. They asked me about my strengths and weaknesses. They asked me what I thought my biggest accomplishment was. They asked me just kind of about myself and where I'm from, and so it was pretty laid back, but I feel like it went really well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. Hopefully by the time this goes up and live, I'll have a job. But yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.